Call meeting to order, please stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We're going to start with the stormwater management meeting. We're going to have a motion to approve the minutes from January 10, 2023. So moved. Second. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Did you do roll call? Did you do roll call? No, I did not. So, in attendance today, we have Michael Dye, Mike Hawkins, and Sam Dimopolos. Owana Miller and Monica Rubio. Sorry, escaped me for a second. It's not here today. Thank you. Okay, resolution number SW2/2023, a resolution of the Board of Districts of Directors of the City of Hammond Department of Stormwater Management authorizing the funding of the 2023 Hammond Basement Backup Protection Program.
Mr. President, I can make a motion to approve.
Thank you. Have a second. Second. We have a motion and a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. We'll move on to item number 5 on our list, the 50/50 Hammond Household Flood Protection Program 2022 Annual Report. We need to make a motion.
No, that's just a presentation of.
Any questions about that report, John?
So. I'm not sure.
No, it's just him. Got it. All right, we'll move on to old business. Do we have any old business today for stormwater? Any new business today for stormwater? Any news from the CEO on stormwater?
Nothing, Mr. President.
Okay, any reports from the directors? Any public expression? Stormwater. And motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second. Motion and second, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We are finished with stormwater management. We'll now move to the Hammond Sanitary District. Consideration of the January 10th, 2023 board meeting minutes. Motion approved. Oh, the roll call. So in attendance today, we have Mike Dye, Mike Hawkins, and Sam Dimopolos. Monica Rubio and Owana Miller are not in, they're not present today. So there's 3 people. All right, so we'll move on to the consideration of the January 10th, 2023 board meeting minutes.
So. Executive session.
Boy, I'm just missing everything. So for the record, we did have an executive session prior to this meeting to discuss any litigation or personnel matters. Did I miss any?
Okay.
You sure? So the minutes.
Yeah,
Motion and a second.
Second,
So now we're gonna vote. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed. CEO's report.
Mr. President, I have nothing new to add since our last meeting a couple of weeks ago. Finishing off January quickly. It's hard to believe the month's almost already over. But everything's running well, no problems. Some new hires that we're looking at bringing in as everything's been posted. So looking forward to that. But other than that, I'll take any questions from the commissioners.
Marty, is there any updates over the impellers that were at least issued? That we
Turn that over to Dan. Any updates on the impeller issue that we are having?
the large ones that we installed a few years ago that were.
We found the wood bearing top shaft. The misalignment, but everything was corrected on that. So we haven't had any other issues on screws and so everything. Bearings come out fine as we had everything checked out. The washers had deteriorated because the oxy coating is not on the property, but washers actually very, very quickly. Wrong, so that was corrected and then tore it back down, toxic coating put on.
Thanks for the update. That's all I have.
I wonder, directing this at Marty and our esteemed legal counsel, Mr. Allegretti, in regards to Highland Griffin long-term control, excuse me, cost of service study and their payments.
Mr. Allegretti?
Yeah. Our topic for executive session since there was threat litigation, but we have given a draft contract to the city of Whiting, which I guess they're reviewing. We had an exchange. I'll be happy to forward you the latest dialogue between our legal team and the town of Highland. They sent a red line response to our proposed contract amendment. I think they made some concessions and they're, digging in their heels a bit. I think we're making progress. Griffith kind of dropped off the face of the earth for a while, even to the extent that the DOJ was going to rattle their cage a bit and find out why we haven't, they had been led to believe that we were close to executing a contract with them, and they kind of went silent. So I think that activity will ramp up a bit. Let me forward those documents to you gentlemen, and anybody else on the board that's interested, so you can find out, what the issues are and what's sticking and what's moving along. Basically, I think they bought into the new rate. Some of the sticking points, I think they're okay with the payment of the tax issue. As you recall, the town of Highland had a feature that Griffith did not have, and that was a retro. The interim rate was going to be once the final rate was determined by the cost of service study, there would be a true up, and whoever owed money would pay it. So that's an expensive item for the town of Highland, and what exactly is contained in what's included in that number is what's being negotiated now, but we're getting closer on that and how it's going to be paid. The other sticking point is at least an item that's being negotiated is the return on investment issue and and a couple other things which I'll send along. But I think all in all, we're making some progress, and I'll send that along to you.
So one thing I'll add to that is, as we have talked about in several meetings prior to this, is that Whiting is paying everything. The only thing that we're waiting for is this amendment to the contract. That's just a matter of getting all the wordage right. Griffith is paying everything, but yet we have had no further conversations with some issues that are still outstanding in regards to capacity and contract. The only one that is still paying the interim rate is Highland. And as we have discussed early on, we are charging them every month late fees and interest on the dollars that the cost of service study said they should have been paying, that they're not paying. So as I did said in staff today, that those numbers are starting to add up pretty quick. So anyway, I just wanted to clarify that, so we have really just one entity, Highland, who is still paying just the interim rate and nothing else.
And I guess the last thing that I was going to say, and was that there was a discussion about how Highland would pay its capital cost for its share of the CMDF. It suggested that they would asked if we were interested in a piggyback proposal whereby we would borrow the money and they would pay their portion of the allocated debt service. We were resisting that. We don't think that's a good idea, rather than having their own separate financing based on their own separate creditworthiness, pay their own interest rate, rather than increasing our debt, and which might affect our costs of issues or otherwise. And also in the event our legislators lose their appetite for rate increases to pay debt service for revenue bonds, we'd have to get an alternative. As always historically been, our statute provides that we can file a rate case with the IURC, the Utility Regulatory Commission, which is an expensive, time-consuming process. It's much easier, Marty, than a wizard at going to the local legislative bodies and getting their cooperation to approve user charge increases. And we've helped this Commissioner Hawkins in negotiating. Of course, Councilman Spoon is in the office. They've been receptive and cooperative, and we needed to modify user charges because absent a rate case with the IURC, our rate modifications require approval by ordinances adopted by both legislative bodies, the Munster Town Council and the Hammond Common Council. Anyway, it's complicated, but we're making progress. We make so hopefully get some good news soon.
It is complicated to think about it. And we performed across the service study that our friends haven't generally taken to. I think the one that had very little to do with it, but they were in on at least 1 or 2 meetings for the inviting. They take them and agreed with them fully. Hopefully, our friends in Iowa, and especially with the new facility that will be built on the river that a lot of Highland small has potentially go through. Hopefully, they'll come around in the financing, because I fail to see why the district, and it crosses my own personally. I fail to see why the district should have financing and have Highland to pay us back. And one reason, for quite frankly, is they haven't shown a willingness to cooperate at times. And right now, they're not paying the rate that was established across the service study that they agreed to. So, and I remember sitting in the last meeting, which happened to be a Zoom meeting, and Highland didn't say. And if you had an exception to it, that was the time, because it was the final presentation of the results. So hopefully they'll all come around, and I appreciate all of your efforts, Joe, and the team, and Marty and staff. Thank you. Thanks for all.
Call me illustrious, but you don't call him the illustrious CEO. So there's he's very sensitive.
I'll think of a new title. That'll even surpass yours, Joe, but then I fear that you'll get it.
Okay. Same.
Let's stay on track. All right, so we'll move on. There is no personnel report, correct? Financial report for December 31st, 2022.
Make motion to approve.
Second.
Your motion is second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passing. I will move on to consultant reports.
Yeah, we have a century status report. We start pulling together that info. That's all I've got.
Okay. Donahue's on the list, but Natalie, anything?
Don't have anything for you.
You just wanted to see us, right?
Yeah, just missed you guys.
All right, we'll move on. Claims approval docket 01-24-23. Motion to approve.
I move we approve it.
Second.
You have a motion and a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed. Any old business today?
Yeah. It was the destiny.
And I'm just not here. All right, we'll move on to the bank reconciliation document dated December 31st, 2022.
Mr. President, I move to approve that document dated December 31st, 2022.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Okay, back to old business. Do you have any old business today? Any new business today? Any reports from commissioner? Any public expression? And motion for adjournment.
Motion to adjourn. Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you very much, everyone.